So let's do a quick review of a little bit of stuff from last year. We're going to need some ratio and proportions for our next unit. So what exactly is a ratio? Well, a ratio is nothing more than a comparison of two numbers. Okay, so you'll see those numbers as a 3-to-1 ratio. Well, I tell you what, let's do a 3-to-2 ratio. Okay, you'll see it to that, 3-to-2, or you'll see it as a fraction. Okay, when we have fractions, that's basically the same thing as a ratio. It's 3 out of 2, 3 out of 2. Okay, now proportion is slightly different because proportion is two equal ratios. Okay, so if you did 2/5 is equal to 4/10, that would be a proportion. Okay, so anytime you've got two ratios equal to each other, even if I've got something like this, 3 equals 6/2, that is still a proportion. Because remember, 3 can be written as 3/1. So that's how we can say that's actually still a proportion. How do we determine if two ratios are equal? Well, remember good old cross multiply. Okay, because in a proportion, the cross product are equal. Okay, so it's very simple. When I take a look at like 2/5 over 4/10, if I do the cross product and I multiply these two, the first and the last, those are called the extremes, then I get 20. And if I multiply the middle two, we call those the means, by the way, I get 4 times 5 is 20. So they're equal to each other, so that's a true proportion. We can use that same idea when we go to solve a proportion. Okay, we're still going to use that cross product to solve, or cross multiply. So for example, 6/5 over x/15. So I can multiply 6 times 15 is going to be 90, and that's 5x, and then x equals, let's see, goes in there once, leaves me 40, which is 18. So x has to be 18. There we go. So why don't you try some of those, okay? Try a couple of these proportions, and we'll see how you do.